last video, I'm getting real sleepy and tired. But back to the subject at hand, since I've already did 2 out of subject videos. Well, one was a game at least, but I've already addressed a few things, so I'm going to be talking about Final Fantasy 15. Is it possible for Final Fantasy 15 to become a much darker game than it has already? Now, when we got Episode Gladiolus, it was only a taste, but a small taste of the darkness, but not very much. As Episode Prompto dives right into the darkness of Final Fantasy 15. Everything the Niflheim Empire was up to all these years, and why they were up to it. So you got to see the darker side in Episode Prompto, which made Episode Prompto a little bit better than Episode Gladiolus. Episode Gladiolus was just only to put a little taste from there. But I think it's possible for Final Fantasy 15 to get a lot darker now. Since Episode Ignis is going to come out in December, we probably have DLCs even before. We probably even have DLCs before Episode Ignis, such as Chapter Arden, where we talk about Arden's past, which is going to be completely dark because, well, Arden's storyline was dark. Such as things that happen in Alticia. There's so much. Even possibly a secret hidden episode Noctis, where he's in the Omen world, where he's lost everything in this world, and his will to be proven as a king of light. Considering Noctis is going to be a much darker character in that possible DLC. Who knows? So many things can happen. Maybe the password shows Gentiana giving her body to save Shiva's life. There could be so much going on. But I think even with that, I think Episode Ignis is going to be the proof of the most darkest episode out there. And the reason why I say the Episode Ignis is going to be the darkest episode ever, because right now is Episode Prompto was really dark and gritty. In fact, even past the darkness of what Versus 13 was going to be if they would have kept it as Versus 13. So I think Episode Ignis is going to be the darkest. And if you listen to that one piano music in the background after Ignis looks angrily at Arden, you see that Ignis has a grudge against Arden. A huge grudge. Arden says a few words and Ignis gets even more anxious. So, pretty much, Arden knows Ignis' past. Maybe something happened to Ignis. Either as a child, or maybe he was a grown man when King Regis saved him, and Ignis actually had a wife or something like that, and Arden was the one who killed her in cold blood. Or maybe he worked for the Niflheim Empire. Because of Ignis' British voice, it would seem that he probably was part of the Niflheim Empire, and there's something that drove him not only against the Empire, but drove him to hate Arden's guts so bad that look of murder and bloodlust. Pretty much, now Prompto's already had a taste of bloodlust because he wanted to kill Verstel, and Prompto got to kill Verstel twice. Once in physical form, and that's why Arden was like, "Oh, you gone patricidal." You know? And understandably why Prompto wants to end Verstel's not life. Because Verstel was a horrible father. Put him through all this mess. You know, Verstel was a horrible person in general. He needed to be shot. You know? But I think, Ignis is going to have the bloodlust in this one, and this is why Episode Ignis is going to be a much darker episode. Before he goes blind, he literally lives his last moments of seeing in darkness, no pun intended, because he gets blind. But Ignis pretty much will give into the darkness, and maybe he might be an MT the Niflheim Empire has created. and that he turns into the Magitech form because his bloodlust against Arden is so high. Noctis isn't the only one who wants revenge against Arden. Ignis wants revenge against Arden too. Prompto wants revenge against Arden because Arden, put him in the position to see the man who ruined his entire life, his father. Gladiolus wants revenge against Arden on the fact that Arden has sent one of his people, one of his high commanders before Ravus, General Glauca, to kill Clarus. So everybody has a grudge against Arden. Everybody hates Arden. Everybody wants Arden to die. Even Ravus later on wants Arden to die. Everybody hates Arden. You might as well just call Final Fantasy 15 Everybody Hates Arden. But there's good reasons, because Arden did set the stage for all this to happen. So I think it's possible we're going to get a much darker chapter at episode Ignis. That we're going to see Ignis go full gangster, bloodlust mode, and fuck up Arden to the point where Arden has enough of it, and Arden will blind him, and then that'd be the end of the episode. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and may the crystal be with you.